Yeah, it's been a while. I've done a little bit of RP in a couple of servers. I really like Ignite. I do. It's a really nice, chilled, relaxing server. With some really nice people who are all up for role play, which is nice, you know. But the problem is, and this isn't Ignite's fault, but the problem is that the clicks from NoPixel and other people, right? They've gone over there and they're treating it as if like they're the most important people, and then they don't want to talk to the common folk, if you like. They just stay in their own groups, and it's like, well, you're just doing the same thing as what you did in the other place, which is now, you know, failing miserably. And you're doing the same thing here. It's like, learn by your mistakes, people. You know, you play games. You're not famous. You're not like, you haven't contributed hugely to society. You're just a normal person. You've just been lucky enough to be able to be there at the right time to amass enough people to put you on the level that you're on now. You know, without GTA and without doing what you're doing constantly, would you be as big? I mean, even Summit sometimes struggles with getting a lot of people when he decides to do something new. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I feel sometimes that people just get ideas above the stations. They get inflated egos, and it kind of ruins it for them, and then ruins it for other people. This statement could be completely wrong though, you know, but this is just my opinion. Right, let's get this bit of 8 done here. This is kind of why I like, people have always turned around and said to me, what are you going to do paint by numbers for? You know, no one's going to watch it. And it's like, well, don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't care if people do or don't watch. Of course I care. You know, it would be nice if anybody takes an interest, but that's not my driving force. You know, I have my own selfish reasons for doing this, and they don't include fame and fortune, which is why I'm quite happy to sit on 100 followers, 500,000, whatever it is. The follower count doesn't bother me. Why never have it switched on? Yeah, I had a feeling that this part of their dinosaur was going to take a fair amount of time for me to do, because although they're fairly big pieces, they're not big enough for me to be able to use a bigger brush. And I feel like swapping between 2 brushes all the time would just be counterintuitive. It would just actually take me a bit longer in the long run, because I'd have to wash the brushes, because I don't want to just leave it with paint on them. And so I'm just trying to get through it. And it's not a race, you know, I'm enjoying doing it. It gets done when it gets done. I just need to figure out which paint by numbers I'm going to be doing next, because, wow, either one of them are going to be a nightmare. And there's going to be a lot of episodes on that. There's no two ways about it. It is exactly what it is. They're both bloody huge. But I have to confess, I am very much looking forward to getting my granddaughter's pictures done, so I can selfishly start on my pictures. Now I'm doing a couple of Jokers, a Heath Ledger one, and the new, I never remember the new Joker's name, but the new Joker as well. And the Heath Ledger one is quite a big paint by numbers. I think in size wise, it's one of the biggest I'm going to be doing so far, and it's very integral. So that's going to take me a while. But the idea is that these pictures, when my son eventually does, you know, move out, bless him, and I'm not wishing him out, you know, but when he does eventually move out, then all of the artwork and stuff that goes into my new computer room, which will be bedroom, will be all done by me, which I'm kind of really looking forward to be honest, because there is nothing nicer than looking at a piece of art that you've done yourself. Now, that is a number 8? Pretty sure of it. Let me just come over here for a sec. I'm sure that is number 8 on his neck. And where are we? Again, somewhere under there. Right, 8. 8. Where did it go? That's it. You're so nice, man. My dad bought me luggage as a graduation gift. Yes. I kept saying to my kids before they turned 16 that I'm going to give them the gift of independence, and they never really understood what it was. They're like, "Oh, well, what is it?" Oh, you'll find out. Yeah, he's a number 8, right? Unfortunately, it was a gift that I wasn't able to give them. Ah, dear. No, to be fair, that was 30 years ago, and I took the same suitcase with me, and I went off on my cruise last month. Nice. I don't know. I'm thinking that if I ever manage to get out of debt and I can start squirreling away some money, I'm thinking about buying me and my wife a motorhome. Because I'm never going to be able to get on planes and stuff, and I'm never going to be able to sit on major coach trips and what have you. But if we had a motorhome, then we could at least pack up for the weekend and go somewhere, and then I can still be comfortable, still, you know, look after myself and my missus and whatever else. But we can at least go away and do something in a different part of the country. But unfortunately, motorhomes are very expensive. Well, they're very expensive everywhere. You know, you can rent them, but you know that turns out to be like a whole holiday in itself. Well, yeah, that's true as well. Very true. Right, we're going to go for a 15 next, I think. Got a bit of green. Bit of the green. It's actually a very watery green. I did have to go over a couple of the things I've painted already, because I'm actually finding that this particular paint is probably the wateriest paint I've used. So I stopped using that flow stuff because it doesn't need it. That flow stuff is amazing, by the way. But I'm finding that I'm having to go over these, and I do that off stream because you've watched me paint it once. Why would you want to watch me want to paint it again? So I'm not going to subject you all to that. Yeah. I do. I honestly find that these pictures are kind of, they're not. I want to use the word magical, but I don't think that that's the right thing to say. But it's like, you start off with this blank canvas with a few black lines on it, and then you start blobbing some paint on, and it don't look like much, and then all of a sudden it starts to come together, and it's like, I get that whole wow factor. Like it's bizarre. Because like obviously I'm seeing the picture as the same as you all are, but because I'm concentrating on the bits that I'm painting, I'm not actually paying attention as to what it looks like as a whole. So when I take a couple of minutes to just look back at it, it's like, wow, that was a lot done, and it just looks impressive to me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. We all have our likes and dislikes, I suppose. Right, any more 15? No. Oh, there is one right there. It's actually quite a big one, I know. That's what she said. There. What have I been doing since I've been kind of lounging around that doesn't involve talking about pain? So I've been watching. What did I watch? I watched The Mummy with Tom Cruise. Gotta be honest, didn't think much of that film at all, which is a shame because I actually like Tom Cruise. My boy went to go and see The Sound of Freedom, and he said it was a horribly great film that he highly encourages everybody to watch. So I can't wait to sit and watch that. TV series wise, I have finished Star Trek Discovery at long last, and I'm over halfway through The Designated Survivor, which is brilliant. Really enjoying that. And then I got recommended another couple of TV shows. One of it's called Warrior, which I'm led to believe is based on some of Bruce Lee's notes or something about his real life. Apparently, I may be wrong on that. I'll have to talk to my friend again to find out. But I'm really enjoying that. It's very well done. It's dubbed in the beginning for a couple of minutes, but then all of a sudden it kind of very cleverly goes around to them all talking English, but they're actually not talking English in the world of the TV series, which you'll understand what I mean if you ever watch it. Yeah, but I highly recommend watching it. It was very good. It is very good, not was. I'm only like halfway through season 1, but yeah, I was enjoying watching that. I've been trying to catch up on some old anime cartoon, well, not anime, some cartoon films of the superhero stuff. I'm going through the Justice League cartoons. I've been trying to watch a lot of stuff recently, and sitting back and relaxing and trying to watch a few. Oh, Bob, just put me a bloody finger in it. I knew I'd do it sooner or later. Need to get that off there. Just put that on there. Yeah, I've been trying to watch a lot of films and TV series, just to sit and relax, really. As most of you know, like I used to have to play games all the time and do all kinds of stuff, and I could never really concentrate on it all. So now I'm enjoying catching up. I'm going to put this paint on a little thicker just to see whether or not that would stop me from having to go over it again. So I think I have a lot of this paint anyway, the green. I have a feeling this is going to look really good when it's done. I'm sure my grandchild will love it. I noticed that when I post the videos on YouTube of this one, it doesn't get as many views as my other paint by numbers. And I have a feeling it's because it looks like a kid's paint by numbers, which it could possibly be. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look, what kind of engagement I get when I do the more difficult ones. That's that little bit done. Right, what we got here now then? Number 1, number 4. Right, let's do, what colour is number 4? Oh, it's red. So we go with red for a bit. I'm actually getting a drink myself. Who knew that could be a thing? Right, number 4. What I would normally do now is I'd normally turn this painting around so I could rest on the dry paint, but I'm trying to keep it as nice looking for you guys to watch without me constantly keep turning it. That's number 4. Red is definitely my favourite colour. I was recommended to watch an old TV series called, I think it's either The Shield or Shield. So I'm gonna start that as soon as I finish the 3 seasons of the Warrior, and then I believe there's like follow-on shows from that which I've been asked to watch as well, which is one called Justified. And then the new one that's just coming out now, Justified Primal something. So I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth into them, because I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 a lot just lately and really enjoying it, and also enjoying the community that's in there because they're really nice people. I mean, obviously you got your bad eggs everywhere. Fortunately, so far I haven't come across any of them. Unlike in World of Warcraft, where it was just littered with them. And it's kind of nice when you're doing like a little bit of a mundane task in an MMO to just have like Netflix or a TV show or an old film or whatever on your other monitor to just, you know, keep your focus on. Why is that doing that? Why would you do that? And I'm just putting my hands in wet paint. Not really what I need to be doing. Let's see if I can change the way I'm coming at this painting. Of course, the other thing is because the parts of the paint that I'm doing now are quite big, it means that they stay wet for longer. So normally when you're just doing a small part, it dries pretty quick. Perfect. Is there any more for this? Number 4? Any more? Number 4. All here, one down there, and there. Right. Let me just try and angle this a little bit. And I'll get this one here, first of all. Yeah. Try and get rid of the numbers. They do show through. Not that I'm embarrassed to be doing a paint by numbers, it just doesn't look particularly nice when you go up close to it and then you just see a bunch of numbers everywhere. It's like, especially when you can get around that by just blobbing on a bit more paint. Went in and see my old friend the other day, Mr. Donald the Chonk. Bit late, yeah, just a tad, just a little bit, Mr. Studders, just a little bit. And I spoke to the Mr. Studley who's in here, just explaining to him how things have been going on, because I even though like I'm going for a rough patch right now, I also need everybody to know that I'm still in like high spirits as much as possible. And when you're typing it out, how you feel and whatever else, when people ask you how you're doing and you're saying it, you just come across so down and miserable. And it's like, well, I am a little bit down, but I'm miserable with pain, but I'm not miserable within myself. So it was nice to be able to talk to Mr. Chonkington the other day. We still need those mugs though, Don. One day you're going to listen and do them and become a gazillionaire, because everybody wants a Don mug. So, yeah, it's fine. Mugs, please. Oh, and my attack on his channel of the polka, I believe has worked, because you can no longer put polka in. In his stream. I think I broke him. He won't give mugs because it's just the mugs go, oh my life, really studs. While I've got to paint out. Actually, I had a look at a black mug with my logo on it and it looks really good. By the way, is this a delicate painting? What do you mean a delicate one? As in the concentration? Kind of, yeah. I you know, if you I mean, that's one of the beauties about painting by numbers. It kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out. Well, it takes all of the guesswork out of it by having the numbers there and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nice to just sit here and concentrate on just this. It's why sometimes I kind of go a bit quiet, or I'll go off topic, or I'll forget where I am and what have you. You know, and this is one of the greatest things about this for using it with anxiety and depression and stuff, because you do sit and concentrate on it. So yeah, I can turn around and say he's, yeah. And I don't know, like I've said this many a times on here. Like, you would never have assumed that me would have done anything like this, like ever. But I just really enjoy it, as I've said a number of times, and I keep saying that, as I've said, and I still say it. Yeah, I can't thank my wife enough for introducing me into this. And then the fact that you guys come in here and you sit with me, and while I'm doing it, it's just really nice. Because like I said beforehand, what I'd have on is I'd have like a TV show that I'd seen a few times, or a bit of music or whatever, and I'd just sit here, chill out, and just paint for a couple of hours. I remember once when I was doing my that tree that I showed you, my very first paint by numbers, and I woke up in the morning and I went to the toilet, and then I was instantly having panic attacks as soon as I woke up. And then I picked up the painting and I started, and then my missus comes up like to give me food and stuff, and then she'll go back downstairs again, and then I don't really see her again. So she give me my food and what have you, and then the next time I see her, she come up for dinner, and I was still doing the painting. And then it felt like, for me, 20 minutes, half an hour. I see her again, and she was up for bed, and I didn't stop painting all day long. And I genuinely didn't realise that it had been that long I was doing it for. I did notice it the next day, because I couldn't move my head. My back was killing me, because when I was doing it in bed, it was very awkward positioning, and like I'm struggling a little bit now because I'm having to kind of sit forward on this chair, so I don't really have any kind of support for my back, and it hurts. That's why I know when I've been doing it for like an hour or so, because I can feel it coming on that. Yeah, there we go, and we're on 58 minutes, so you know. But I'm gonna have to try and figure something out with this to get a little bit more comfortable in here. It would be nice if I could lower this desk like 3 or 4 inches maybe.